This is the Café con Podcast.
All right, everybody. Hello.
How are ya?
Yo soy Isaac.
And I am George.
And
This is the Café con Podcast.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And today we have actor, writer, producer. Wow. Hello. Sounds like a heart. Actor, writer, producer, Louis Traps. Also, permaculturalist. What is it called? Permaculture. He grows his own stuff, and what I mean by like he grows his own fruits, mangoes. He's a big mango enthusiast. We both have known him since college. Actually, I went to theater school with him. He's an unbelievable human being. A South Florida boy through and through. Loves his heat. Loves his Dolphins. We talk about that at the end. You guys, if you really want to see what it's like just hanging out with us, just wait until the end. The last 20 minutes is literally what it's like. We all just get together and just talk because we were just talking sports for 20 minutes. But that kind of enthusiasm is what I'm talking about. He is just it's interesting because I say this at one point in it, but I used to go over his house a lot, and I never knew what I was going to expect when I walked in there. Because him and his crew, when they lived together especially, didn't live within the bounds of what our theater department placed on us or school, like you're acting, doing this. They would always produce he talks about producing a flash mob after Les Mis came out. He got into growing his own fruits. He is somebody who follows his curiosities very deeply and without second thought. It's really admirable, him and his crew. It was just really nice to get to catch up with him again, man. I haven't talked to him like that in a minute, and it was just really awesome just to get to talk to Louis for a little bit. I just came away from this just being really happy. I mean, just proud of him. I'm proud to have known him for almost 10 years. No, over 10 years now at this point. Mm-hmm. But what did you take from this bad boy?
I think that main thing that it was pretty cool to hear like him and his friends are so passionate about something that they were doing it on their own time, right? Like you said, in their house they were producing. Nothing had to do with the school, and they didn't feel discouraged just because like they didn't have the approval of the school or anything like that. They just figured out a way to do it and just do it for the love and the passion of creating. And I was super excited to talk about his journey so far about like planting. We both spoke about it beforehand that like one day I would love to do that in the backyard of my home. It's funny how he mentioned because he thought something weird was going to happen, and then the pandemic happened. So it's like, not to get dark or anything, but it's good to just follow your intuition and just get back to the basics of what a human's supposed to be. So that was cool. And then the last thing is the sports, that we got to talk about sports because we don't do that as much here. We just talk more about life. So that was cool. That was cool just because we're in the middle of summer and OTA should be starting soon and stuff like that. So
I think they did start. I think they did. My Dolphins are back. Chiefs are back. I think every team already started. But you're right, man. It follow your intuition. You're right. You're spot on with that. He talks a lot about this guy named Dr. Richard Campbell out of UF as well. That's the thing. He has a lot of knowledge, and what he was calling it about, fruit nerds. And I go, bro, go deep. Do it. Go in it. I was really fascinated by the amount of knowledge that he had surrounding something that I have no knowledge about. So it was really awesome to get to hear his passion in that. That was so much fun to get to actually listen to, bro. So I think you guys are going to enjoy this. Thank you for listening. Yeah, guys. We love you. Bless you guys. Like we always say, if you ever know somebody wants to come on, something that you think we should talk about, let us know. Because that's what we're here for. Let us know. That's what we're here for. And in case you ever forget.
This is the Café con Podcast.
That's right.
The liquid gold, baby.
Coffee review time. I got to be honest. I didn't drink coffee during this one because I had already had a lot of coffee throughout the day. So what I did, little switch up. I had water with lemon and honey. Hot water with lemon and honey. Dear God, it was fantastic. I haven't had that in a long time. I'd give it a solid 7-1 because it gave me exactly what I wanted. Little hot water, plug in good old H2O. Talking about just being natural, using things that are natural with a little bit of honey and a little bit of lemon. It was amazing, and it made me feel good. If I would have drinking coffee, I would have been way too jittery. So I had a great time drinking that. What were you sipping on?
Same thing as the last episode and the episode before that.
Arabico.
Arabico, 100% molido. It is from the mountains of Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
It's made in Puerto Rico and it's from Puerto Rico. So, pasajero 17, café servido con amor. I'd give it an 8.4 because I didn't have that much. It was simple. I think I'm becoming a little more holistic or medicinal, as you could say, or whatever you want to call it, with my coffee. I think I've always have been, but more than ever, just taking a little bit of coffee in, not too much, especially now because it's already coming to the late afternoon here in South Florida. We recorded a late episode, so yeah, 8.2.
Good for you. That might be one of the highest that you've ever rated.
I think so. Yeah, and I've had this one the last 3 days. It's just, I guess, I think
different.
it's the portioning. The portioning I'm doing it at.
And like you said, why is it that today?
I don't feel jittery because it's today. And today I don't feel jittery or anything like that. But it gave me some energy. It gave me some energy. So
I love it. Drink your cafecitos, boys and girls. Well, when you're old enough to. I wouldn't recommend it if you're young. For everything. Oh my God, bro. This is awesome. Cheers. Salud, gentlemen. Salud.
Salud.
Oh, that's good. That was nice. I haven't had. For everybody, I can't lie to you all. I am drinking a little hot water with lemon and miel de abeja. How do you say it? Miel de abeja? De abeja. Isn't that how you say it? Miel de abeja? Oh, no, abejas are what? Lambs?
Bees.
Is that how you say lamb?
Isn't that a bee?
I don't know, bro. That's what my grandmother used to tell me. So that's how I know.
Like you're eating a bee's doo-doo? Or?
Yeah, I think so. No, not miel da. Miel de abeja.
Oh, that's honey. That's honey from a bee. That's
yeah,
bee
there
honey.
you go. That's what I'm talking about.
We went
Good
from,
start. Great start. We're off and running, ladies and gentlemen.
It's called first generation charades.
That's exactly what it is, baby. Lewis Traps.
Hey,
welcome.
What's going on?
To that Cafe Compod. How you doing, bro?
Hey, living the dream, man. Living in sunny South Florida.
Yeah.
Sweating my body off.
I don't know how you're wearing long sleeves right now, dog.
Dude, it's a thing. We got to protect ourselves from the sun, So, yeah. This good thing, not Colombia knows what to do. This is breathable material, It's
from Colombia.
Stuff,
that
man.
shirt.
Yeah. It's just.
Lewis, are you Colombian?
No. Colombia, the outdoor brand.
I thought he got like a shirt from Colombia. I was like, they do make good material.
They made a perrico, dog. That's not made of perrico. You can see it's still on him, okay?
He's sweating.
It's not that kind of breathable. You're thinking about the wrong kind of breathing, all right? So now, did you guys ever meet? Because so I've known George Michael since I was 4, and he's from South Florida as well, and he lived in Orlando. He went to Full Sail while we were there.
I've met Lewis. I feel like I've met Lewis.
Yeah, we crossed paths a couple times, brother.
In Orlando?
Yeah.
Was it Orlando?
In Orlando, yeah.
Yeah,
I've
maybe
seen your face a couple times.
Were you in theater as well with Isaac?
Yeah.
So it was definitely the theater parties because he always brought me to a handful, like 2 or 3
theater parties, or at my crib.
At
your crib, Lewis.
At the Abyss,
or at Lewis's crib, which is literally right across the street.
Maybe he lived in the same apartments.
No,
good times.
Literally across the street in like a house, but it was like
I might have been
dungeon, bro. That house, bro. I just have that.
Crazy
those
memories.
are some of my fondest memories.
Right,
that house, bro. Because just walking in, seeing Manny work on God knows what downstairs, and he has a tarantula, fucking walking around. Bro, that house is there's an MMA fight on. I'm like, I don't even know what's happening. Rocket League, there's a lot of Rocket League happening. It was just crazy, bro.
Yeah. A
Simpler
bunch of
times.
stuff. Yeah, fun
Simpler
times.
times. That's actually
Fun
a
times.
good place. So that's where Lewis and I met. I don't even remember how we met, bro, to be completely honest.
I think it must have met you during auditions, probably like I don't know. I just somewhere in the hallway at the PAC, probably.
Oh, Performing Arts Center, for those that don't know what that means, at UCF had a very specific scent. I still smell it sometimes. We
Right?
were coming up our stairwell the other day, and I told Sky, I turned around, I go, "You'll never guess what I just smelled. I just smelled the bleach from the PAC at UCF because that
Oh,
stings the brain nostrils. That'll never get out of the memory banks, bro. So, but you go ahead. You need to take that. Go ahead. We'll put it on speaker. We can
no.
talk to them.
It's scammers.
Even better.
I get
Hey,
so
you know.
many of those every day.
Oh my God. I get a lot of texts too. That's the craziest thing. It's like, hey, I was wondering, could you send me anything? And I don't answer. Sometimes I do when I'm feeling crispy.
No,
Sometimes I do.
I'll answer the phone calls and I'll act like hi, Raul. Like, I like kind of give them a taste of their own medicine.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Start going
Sometimes you
crazy.
gotta, put on an act.
Yeah.
When they hit the beehive, you got to let them feel the sting. I get it, bro. I understand. Colombians, baby. Colombians, they got that. They got that blood. They got that blood boil. So okay, let's get back to who you are. Who is Louis Traps?
Who is Louis Traps? Funny. I'm an entrepreneurial film writer, director, producer. I've got a bunch of projects going on. Currently working on a YouTube series called Grow Every Day, and it's basically for you plant nerds out there.
That's cool.
Like me. I'm big into permaculture and farm to table.
What is that? What's permaculture? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Permaculture
Yeah,
is basically planting things together to maximize output.
Oh.
So,
like things
yes.
that wouldn't necessarily go together.
No, well, that's what you got to find out. So it's a little, it's what I've learned. It's a bunch of trial and error, but yeah, it's basically what my setup looks like is a fruit forest, and
because that's honestly that was going to be something we get into. Don't worry, George Michael. This happens to him at least once an episode.
it's all good.
He leaves and he comes back. So
Hey,
this is there he is. See, and he's back.
My dog, man, she messed up the cable.
There you go. I told you he leaves once an episode and comes back. So I had no idea. I'm really excited for this. I'm going to be honest.
Me too.
Because I haven't really sat down and talked to you, bro. It's been at least 6 years since we've actually sat and just had just like a conversation. We keep in touch, but it's IG keep in touch.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro, you look amazing. You look happy. Proud of you. Look at this shit. Ha, that's funny. That kind of shit.
Yeah.
So when I see your IG though, bro, I see mangoes. I see aguacate. Like what has led to this permaculture?
Crazy. It actually happened. I just had a big interest in growing plants, and I kind of wanted to foresee crazy thing. I had like an intuitive thought of just thinking that something bad was going to happen and we weren't going to be able to go to the grocery store and buy fruit and vegetables. And funny thing, the pandemic happened. And
did you make paper? Did you make fucking toilet paper also? Because that was the thing, we couldn't buy anything of.
Funny thing, they have a plant that people use, and it's called the toilet paper plant. Yeah, and you can grow it in South Florida if you want. But yeah, I mean, it has a whole bunch of uses. Now they have something called shampoo ginger, and it's basically an all organic body wash. And you just, it's actually an aesthetic plant. It looks like a honeycomb coming out of the ground, a red honeycomb. And yeah, once you harvest it, you could jar it up and use it as body wash and whatnot. People use it as lotion. So yeah.
Is that is
But my
that is that
favorite
just the
thing-
name, or is it actually ginger?
It's called shampoo ginger. It's got a scientific name. I don't know
But it's not
the.
like technically ginger, or is it?
Chlorophyll. It's chlorophyll.
It's in the ginger family. So
Okay.
have you ever seen ginger like on the side of the road?
Like
Yeah,
ginger
yeah,
root.
yeah.
Ginger root.
Yeah.
Dude. That's
Yeah.
why I was gonna ask, because ginger's
So it's
the
in the
truth,
family.
man. Ginger's like the best kept secret when it comes to like any like thing you can grow. Not to
Yeah.
like interrupt, but 'cause my mom uses ginger a lot for like morning shots and things like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the cold pressed ginger and stuff like that. Or if you're ever sick, ginger tea is
Yes.
amazing. That'll clear up
Or
all
even
your
Yeah.
you can even chew on it. I mean, it's kind of tough to do that taste wise, but I hear that has a lot of
Spicy.
benefits. Yeah.
Spicy. It gets it's like what they give you when you go to eat sushi. They give you ginger on the side to clean your palate.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's a
Funny
bit-
thing, I hated ginger growing up, and
Same.
then funny thing, you get older and change your taste buds.
well, your taste buds change once every 7 years or something like that, right? Isn't that what the saying is?
Yeah.
That's exactly. I detested pickles. This is a total side note. Detested pickles and mustard, and I still am not the biggest fan of pickles, but I can eat them every now and then. Be like that. Okay, there's some value there, and I actually like mustard now. I never thought I'd like mustard in my life, but that yellow stuff, it's nice every
Yeah.
now and then on a hot dog. It's good stuff.
I'm
It's
the
good
opposite.
stuff.
I've always loved pickles and mustard, and then I realized, like, I don't know what 7-year mark, maybe the last 7-year mark. I love hot sauce now. Like, I love hot stuff now, spicy stuff.
Bro, this just.
Hey, dale.
That was such a joke. That was such a pivot. That was hilarious. Welcome to Cafe con Pod. I'm the opposite. I love pickles and mustard, and then I realized now I love hot sauce. I'm like, what? That was
Like,
awesome.
spicy stuff is my thing now.
I love it, bro. I love you. That was hilarious. Okay, so you got into this intuitive thinking, but did you always have a fascination? Because this is the other thing that I wanted to say about you. Ever since I've known you, I always loved going to your crib, and I say that it's one of my fondest memories in college because sincerely, I never knew what was going to happen when I walked in there. And I mean that like in a good way. I didn't know what I was walking into. I didn't know what kind of new project you guys had happening. Have you seen those videos where it's like always got to keep them guessing? You go to your right, then you bend, like all those videos. That's how it was every time I walked in that house. I thought I was just going there for one thing, and then I'd end up being there for 8 hours watching a magic trick. I have no idea what's going on. So that whole crew and just that whole environment back then, it was really inspiring to me because you guys never put limits on the limits that were placed on us, whether it was external or internal by our by schooling. When you're in school, they tell you this is what you got to do, this is how you got to do it, this is it. But you guys didn't listen to any of that. That was something that was really admirable and inspiring going to your crib. So were you always interested in this? Like, you had an intuitive thought, but it had to have come from somewhere else. When you were a kid, were you into this kind of stuff?
Well, yeah, I grew a big admiration for
South Florida,
homegrown
right?
fruit. Yeah,
in South Florida,
you grow up in South Florida. Every neighbor has a mango tree,
coconut tree.
Coconut tree, whatever. But yeah, I'm the biggest mango fan. So my dog's name is Mango.
So cute.
That's a cool
Your
name.
dog is so freaking cute.
Thanks, man. Yeah,
so adorable. Where is the dog? Is it there with you right now?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. No, we wouldn't be able to talk but no, he's good. Yeah, man. But mango's my favorite fruit, and then right now, like I said, I'm just creating that YouTube series. Grow
Name of
every
it
day.
again? What is it called? Again?
Grow every day.
Grow every day.
Yeah, with Lewis Traps. Yeah, but so that's what I'm working on. But I'm also working on a farm to table cookbook. So I'm applying all the things I grow and trying to make some culinary artwork, I guess. So yeah, that's what I'm currently working on. But so you already asked me. I mean, you already introduced. You asked me how we met, Isaac. How did you guys meet?
Good question. Good
Good
question.
question. George,
We don't-
why don't you answer?
So the long version or short version?
I don't
Short.
know.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, because I was gonna go into detail. Okay, I was born in Chicago. I moved to Miami when I was like 4 or 5, like 3 actually.
This
And
is the short version?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't even remember when we met.
I got to a small Christian school in kindergarten, and I met Isaac in kindergarten or first grade.
No, kindergarten.
Kindergarten, yeah. I mean, we didn't have the same homeroom teacher, so it's not like we knew. Obviously, we became friends, but like 5 years old, right? So, yeah, that's how we met in a small Christian school in Miami Lakes, called Day Christian School. It was right off of
Shout out.
Palmetto. Shout out.
67th to Palmetto.
67th and Palmetto. They just sold half their land, which is kind of sad.
Not non-shout out. Quiet down. Quiet down.
Yeah. So that's how we met, and you know, as the years went on, we created a stronger bond with us and 3 other guys. You know,
Yeah,
four other guys playing sports, like birthday parties, sleepovers, things like that.
Yeah, I had mentioned that because it's crazy. You know, how old are you guys?
We'll be 32 this year, both of us.
Yeah, that's what, 28 years,
man.
almost 28
Crazy.
years knowing.
Yep.
Funny coincidence. My best friend and I, we've known each other since 4.
Nice.
And it's crazy, you know, the bonds, the stories we have, man, growing up together. We have, you know, a bunch of trauma experiences, you know. Funny thing, I actually think you know, looking at it now, you know, back in the day, I think I got into acting because my best friends and I, we actually had our own little neighborhood wrestling clique.
That's cool. That's
And
cool.
we had our own personas. We would, you know, we'd go to my buddy's Bert's grandma's house in the backyard, and we'd film it, and you know, anything. We'd get stairs and, you know, trash cans. So crazy. My best friend Ralph, he actually built a website, and it was like sunriseneighborhoodwrestling.com, and
That's cool.
it was, we didn't know it, but we actually got an order for, you know, somebody they requested a fight, you know, a match, and the person that lost had to get in their underwear. But yeah, I know.
Who was the person that requested this, though? Because now my mind goes into places where I'm like, this is definitely.
So when we were 13, we were just like, oh, people are innocent. They just want to see us because we're, you know, all-star wrestlers. Come on. So we were just delusional, and for sure it was some weird pedo or something, you know.
That was looking. How in the F did they find sunrisewrestlingneighborhood.com?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So actually, you grew up in Sunrise? Is that where you grew up?
Yeah, Sunrise, yeah.
So that's north, right? That's like around Sawgrass?
Yeah, it's right down the street from Sawgrass, man.
So let's go Panthers!
Yeah.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go!
Man. Oh, man. Such a great season.
Oh,
amazing.
Bro.
Have you ever been to a Panthers game?
Oh, when I was in high school. I went to the last time I went.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Our buddy Kyle goes. You know Kyle. You've met Kyle. You know Kyle. Kyle goes all the time with his girl, and he lives in Jupiter.
Okay.
So George has known Kyle since we were 5. He's
one of the guys. Yeah, he's one of the guys.
It's
like us 2 and
so
3
you
other
guys
guys.
got to click too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I would say the most similar one to you guys was when we played basketball. I feel like we all had our own style and persona playing basketball, but not to that extent.
Absolutely, baby. You know me, dog. I was 3-and-D. I was more so just the guy to bring the energy. I would talk so much shit, you know, but I never. George Michael was like hot sauce, literally from And One. I don't know if you ever watched And One. He was hot sauce or
My
white,
favorite.
Literally the professor. Yeah, bro. I just
or Steve Nash.
The way that I always picture is like George Michael. You always had to have your hands up because you never knew when the ball was coming to your face.
I've hit a couple people in the face. I've hit a couple people in the face, not ready to go.
He's a soccer player by trade too, so the way he plays is very infused with soccer. He went to college for soccer originally. He got a scholarship to go and play soccer, or some call it football. Football. Let's play football. And So, okay, bro, Sunrise. I digress. Sunrise, Florida. You got into acting. You talked about the wrestling. Did you watch pro wrestling growing up?
Yeah, man, I was the biggest WWE fan. Come
Attitude
on,
Era.
Yeah.
you know,
Best
Steve
era
Austin,
ever.
The Rock.
WCW.
Yeah,
Bro,
WCW. You
the
know,
Steve
Big Bam Bam
Austin,
Bigelow,
Kane.
Rey Mysterio,
Who's your favorite?
Rey
Who's your favorite?
Undertaker,
Or
Kane.
your top three? Top three wrestlers.
Top three? It's got to be The Rock, Steve Austin, and probably
Triple H is pretty fire.
Triple H is cool. I'd say Rey Mysterio, man. 'Cause
Yeah,
bro.
all those athletic flying,
Yeah.
crazy moves,
And he's still going at it, and he's still
Yeah,
it's
a wild
crazy.
man.
It's
I
crazy.
loved Undertaker and Kane, right? That was his name, Kane.
Yeah,
I loved Kane just because I used to play the video games with we used to do that all the time too. And the spear, we used to spear each other all the time as like little kids. You know, like I think everybody
I
growing up.
speared my own bed once. I mean,
You did, right? And you hit your head. Ding! It was something like we were all at a birthday party. George Michael dove right head first into a bed and hit that metal pole, and you just hear, and all of us are like laughing right before. And the second you hear ding, everybody's like, because we all were like, we honestly didn't care if he was okay or not. We just cared if we were going to have to go home because he was hurt. We're like, oh no, George Michael's hurt. Now we have to go home because it's his birthday. The birthday boy is dead. Now we can't
laughing,
be here.
but then I started laughing.
Yeah, then he
so
started
we were
laughing.
good.
It was
We were
great. Oh, you gotta love being a child. So
Yeah,
many,
right?
So
weird,
nimble.
so much weird shit. Where'd you go to high school, bro?
I went to high school at this small magnet school called Pompano Beach High School, and they had a magnet in technology and foreign languages. So,
Nice.
but the main reason I went is because it was a magnet and they had no school Fridays. So that was the biggest selling point. Yeah,
I thought you said they had baddies. I was like,
Well-
it's because they have baddies, bro. The baddies.
I mean, you know,
Pompano got baddies. Pompano got baddies. Pompano got baddies. We know this. I know
hey,
this.
I'm going to plead the fifth on that one.
I know. I'll speak for you on that one.
That's where Sky's dad lives. Is in Pompano. He lives right next to the horse track.
Intercoastal.
How far was that
Okay.
drive from Sunrise then? Because it's like you just have to go east
Oh.
and north, or you just had to go.
It's
just
a drive.
east? It is,
It's a
right? I was
drive,
gonna say.
But I took the bus every day. You know.
Oh, okay. So you're good.
So-
So you're good.
It's like you, GM. You took the bus to what was the school? American Heritage.
Yeah, the one in Boca.
Oh, nice.
The one in Boca.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
so
he
I-
ended
I-
up leaving in high school because he got offered
Soccer
to play
scholarship.
soccer. Yeah, at the one in Boca, American Heritage Boca, and that's bro. That's the thing that I got to say about we were talking about childhoods and just like your friends that you've built these bonds with. It's an unbelievable thing, and you can speak to this because you're one of your best friends since you were 4. It's unreal how you stick together through everything, dog. Like everything, you know. We've seen pretty much everything through our lives, and we've grown together in those things. Whereas, like my cousins are like my they're my blood, obviously, but they're like my brothers and sisters. I grew up with them every single day as well. But some of them are older than me. So while I was experiencing this stuff, they were older than me, looking down on, you know. Whereas with
Yeah.
your boys that you grow up with, you guys experience it in real time together.
Yeah.
You know, it's an unbelievable thing. George Michael left, and we still stayed close. Actually, everybody. Kyle left when we were 12, and we all stayed super close. We'd go visit him in Jupiter. He moved to Jupiter. One of our other best friends, Nick, went to American. I don't know if you know American High School, right there on 67th. Well, for baseball, so he played baseball.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then the only one that stayed was Hugh. But yeah, bro, it's like that. Just experiencing that all the way through is unreal. Did your boy and you go to the same high school? Did you guys go to the same schools?
Funny thing, no. So, but we always kept in touch, and since you know, we just always had. Whenever it was the weekend came together, we always had plans. You know, it was luckily we grew up with like MySpace and Facebook, and
Yes.
it was easier to connect.
Great times.
MySpace.
You know.
I love my
So
space.
bad.
MySpace.
Have you seen Tom or what was his name? Was that his name? Tom?
Tom from
Have you guys
MySpace.
seen what he does now? The dude is
No.
like
No.
a badass photographer, like Nat Geo level photographer.
Oh,
Makes
really?
sense.
On look at his IG page. He is unbelievable. He like left all of that stuff, sold it or whatever to become a photographer. because he had this deep passion for it. It's
That was
really interesting, actually. His
probably one
story
of
is
my,
pretty interesting.
if not my favorite, one of my favorite social platforms.
Yep.
You should be
Music
so-
on the
Hell yeah.
page.
Yeah,
'Cause-
music, your top 8.
your top
That
8.
shit, that would create some drama, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That would create some drama back in the day.
Even though like it did show a focus of like the social aspect, there was a lot of focus on like creativity, right? Like how you could
That's
like
true.
how you
Customize
could
your page.
customize your
the page,
page,
yeah.
put music on it, like the font, like everything to a T.
It was
like
an expression of
yeah, bro.
your profile,
Self-expression.
Yeah,
Lewis,
it's pretty
do
cool.
you and your friend live close to each other though? Like growing up or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a little bit difficult when going to Orlando.
Bring them in. Whoever's there. Who just
But-
walked in. Bring them in.
But yeah, no, it's always, we're super tight. We've actually, we went through so many troubled times, we're getting to the age where, unfortunately our parents are getting, a little
Yeah.
older, and, we're always there whenever troubled times happen, and we're there to support each other. And so
The
Yeah,
reason why I
it's-
asked that is because we all grew up all of our friends, we grew up in a 5-minute radius from each other. So that's, even though when some of us left school, like we spent all the summers together. So that's why I asked. I was like, there has to be some,
Proximity.
proximity of like living close to somebody. So
yeah, we were super. I mean, like I said, we spent the weekends together. I mean, we have a whole ton of stories. I mean, when when the hurricane came, we didn't have power for like 2 weeks.
Which
Yeah.
hurricane? Which one?
I think it was Wilma,
yeah, well,
Yeah, that might be. 05?
and yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I
my
remember.
buddy actually got a trailer put out in the front of his house. For FEMA gave him a trailer, so
Oh wow.
that ended up being the chill spot.
That's
You
kinda
know,
dope.
all the guys, yeah. I mean, we played poker. We had, we had fun times.
Permaculture.
No permaculture.
Enjoying permaculture.
No permaculture. No. We were a little bit wilder back then. We'd go to Congas nightclub.
Oh my
Come
God.
on, guys, what a time.
Bachata dancing.
Yeah.
The good stuff, the fun stuff. Back in those days, I didn't have 2 left feet, so I was I always wasn't
What are
invited.
you
to-
saying? You have 2 left
Kings-
feet now?
Yeah, you get older,
Bro.
too much permaculture.
The nerves get fried one way or
Yeah.
another. Nah. You still
Lewis,
got it.
I do have some questions because I don't want us to just breeze over your plant phase,
Yeah.
right? Not phase, but I would say like your plant, you coming of age to planting stuff, right? So, when Isaac told me what you do now with like you plant things, I was like, dude, I want to actually do that one day. Like that's a dream of mine. I think that's one of the most humanistic things you can do is plant things and take it straight from their backyard to the kitchen, right? So if you can kind of give us just a spiel of, or like a rundown of like how it started, what plants you first started planting, like how was the process of learning? Where did you get your information from? Or like, what was the process essentially?
Sure. So my process was, I would go to nurseries and I would ask people. I would ask every employer and pick their brain, and then I ran across a couple of like people I aspired to be. Like there's a doctor that worked at the University of Florida, Richard Campbell. And he's got a YouTube page. He's super informative. I mean, he's been doing it all his life. I mean, 2nd generation mango grower or something like that. So he's actually doing something interesting right now, groundbreaking in all the mango. This is like super.
Get into
fruit
it.
nerd.
I love this, bro. Go deep in it.
So right now he's actually creating this new fruit called wangos. So when you go to the store and you see plum cots, that's an apricot and a plum
They crossbreed it.
converged. Yeah, so that's pretty much what he's doing. And what he has done, he's taken years of traveling to different countries, and he has to take what you have to do is take the wood and graft it onto existing mango seedling, and all the new growth will make a new plant and a new fruit. So he's been doing this for years now, but now because it takes a while for fruit to develop and become at least a product he can sell, and he has it's a bunch of trial and error is what I'm trying to get at. But he's basically creating all different types of new fruits, and it's all happening in Homestead right now.
Oh,
Homestead's a great
not
place right now. Yeah.
This is like an international thing. Like it's never been done in the world. So
what is he combining to make wingos?
He what he does is he takes you take budwood from this is from now he's never disclosed this information, but what he told I went to Mango Fest, which is like a big festival in South Florida, and what he was saying is he went to other countries.
Can you say what you're about to say? Are you okay to say?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
But he's actually under some heat because the government is trying to fight him, or trying to get him to
not do what he's doing.
Classify the fruit because
I see.
Then he has to pay tax on that. But anyways, he goes to went to other countries and basically go to other. So mangoes are actually a cousin of poison ivy, and they also have other wild fruit that grow out in the wild that are seedlings of other mangoes, and they create other types of similar fruit. But so what he does is he'll take a seed from the mango and graft on the cousin of the seed, and all the new growth will, I guess, combine the genes.
So like those other seedlings that mangoes have produced, he'll take those and graft it onto what we know as a mango. And it'll make a cross-pollination sort of whatever that mango is type of thing.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know the technical terms, but
yeah.
Have you seen what it looks like?
Yeah, it looks like a mango, but mangoes have all different types of shapes, so they're regular, they're long, some are pointy at the bottom. So they all look kind of like a mango, but they have like little different distinctions. Some are yellow, some are red, some are just green. And then inside, the majority of the flesh is mainly, yellow.
Have you tasted it or no?
Orange. I haven't tasted the wangos, no. But I've tried all the other mangoes that he's grown, and all phenomenal.
Do they taste different?
They're just okay. So when you go to the store and you get a mango, it's never going to taste like grandma's tree.
100%.
So that's basically what it is. But he just knows exactly what he's doing. So he's going to maximize. The mangoes are just top tier quality. So it's just.
You might have just answered my question, but like, if you can give like an explanation of what compelled him to do that, like to specifically pick that type of wood and mango. Why not another fruit or another wood? Is it for like medicinal purposes? I'm trying to.
He's basically just trying to create new varieties, and at the end product could be complete crap.
Okay.
So he's just right now he's created so his property is from what I recall is like an acre, and he has like 350 mango trees on just that.
Wow.
Yeah. So and once he finds a tree that's the mango's probably not good, he's going to chop it down and put a new variety. He's just going to keep the very good, valuable, good tasting mangoes, and then discard all the ones that aren't valuable. They're fibrous, or they're not sweet, or
I gotta say, I like a little bit of like a little tart mango. I enjoy a little. I love sweet too, but I like it when it's a little. My mouth is watering. I like it when it's a little sour.
So now we have now there's so many different mangoes. They have a pina colada mango, tastes like a coconut. It's insane. It's a coconut flavored mango. It's insane. They have lemon meringue. It tastes like a lemon meringue pie. They have lemon zest.
Whoa.
It tastes like a very citrusy tart mango. Sweet tart.
He's made all these, or or just like in the market?
These are just common varieties that are just they're just gaining popularity in the mango community.
Wow. Is mango not the best fruit ever?
I love
in my opinion.
God, it's so
so many benefits.
If you haven't, you gotta try a mangosteen. It's called the queen. It's called the queen of fruits. You open it up. It's purple. You open it up inside, and there's like these little, it's like a white flesh, but the taste is insane. It tastes like a combination of pineapple, banana, just a whole bunch of tropical fruits all in one.
Where do you find these things?
You can go to the Asian Oriental Mart, or
that's fair. They have a lot of different fruits and vegetables there too. Root vegetables go fire, like taro. Oh my god.
Yeah, taro. They mushrooms, dragon fruits, lychee. Yeah, man.
Dude, I'm happy you're speaking about all this because in Colombia we have a lot of exotic fruits. So I'm all for whatever we're talking about. This is awesome.
What is your favorite exotic fruit, George?
I like star fruit. You guys ever had star fruit?
Good.
Star fruit's pretty cool.
Good, yeah.
I mean, everybody knows passion fruit. That's like a staple that's a staple in Colombia.
Have you tried passion fruit mousse?
Oh yeah. Amazing.
Delicious.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh.
What a lot of people don't realize though is that passion fruit doesn't taste at all like the juice because you have to add sugar to it. It's actually very sour. If you open the fruit and eat it with the seeds, it's very sour. But once you add literally sugar to it by itself, it tastes just like the juice in the supermarket.
Balances it out.
Perfect.
We're Café con Podcast, but I would like it. Isn't coffee technically a fruit?
Yeah, you can grow. Yeah,
I've
you
never
can grow
eaten the actual fruit that's coffee. It's it's all about the beans.
Yeah.
Right? Can you eat the actual meat?
You could eat the fruit. Yeah, people eat the fruit, and then the seed inside is the beans inside.
See, that blew my mind. I learned that a few years ago, and that just absolutely demolished my brain. That was amazing. Fruits are amazing, bro. That's another just good point is that. Talking about mushrooms, you go to the supermarket and you see a few different types of mushrooms, but there's so many mushrooms. I'm not just talking about magic. I'm talking about literal mushrooms.
Shiitake.
Yeah. Lion's mane.
Yeah, lion's mane.
Chaga.
Delicious.
All those. There's so many mushrooms that you can have. I had mud water yesterday because we have this mud water here, and I didn't want to drink coffee super late, so I made some mud water before I went to the gym. And it was awesome, dude. It was very interesting. Definitely tastes like mud.
Is that lion's mane?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. I haven't tried that stuff, but I hear it's amazing.
It's all right. I mean, I'm partial to coffee because I enjoy the jitter. I enjoy the cleansing aspect of it, where your insides get cleansed. I was actually going to make some Cuban coffee for this, but then I was like, sorry, a little late for Cuban coffee.
It's already late in the day.
Bro, Cuban coffee. Dog, no, for cafecito cubano right now, dog, if I have that, I'll be up
till tomorrow.
Hey.
But what's funny? I can have espresso at the end of a dinner, right? If I go out to dinner and it's whatever time, 8 or 9 p.m., and the dinner ends at 9:30, whatever, after we've eaten, if we've had, I've become, I love a good cocktail and then a nice glass of vin while we're eating. I'll have an espresso at the end of that, and it's perfect for me. I won't stay up that late. I don't know why.
I think because the food absorbs a lot of it.
Yeah.
I
think that's also because we're Cuban and we've been doing it for years.
That too. Yes.
That too.
It's funny. Whenever my family and I, that's everything. That's how we do it. Every time we top dinner, after dinner, it's cafecito, you know?
That's it, bro.
Every time.
At our house too. At the end of anything, at the end of any family get together, it's funny because my family will start to get together early, right? And it'll be just whatever food we have. And then inevitably there's always a point that everybody's like, I'm hungry. And then there'll be pizza. You know, we always order pizza. Used to be Domino's back in the day with the thin crust, you know, cut like little squares. Yep. And then always my mom would make, I always say my mom puts crack in her Cuban coffee, bro. I don't know what that lady does, but that Cuban coffee.
Whips it. She's doing the
I do it. I whip it too, bro. Con la pumita. I sit there and I've sat there for 20 minutes before trying to get it right. It ain't the same, bro.
Yeah,
it's
mom's touch.
Mom y abuelita. Those are the ones that you just can't. You can't do it. That's a good question, bro. Is there anything from your childhood, like a dish, a food dish, fruit, something that stands out from your childhood that's connected to food, like a memory with food?
Oh, well, good thing the camera isn't wide enough to see how I'm a big guy. So, you know, I love food, bro. So, but you're putting me on the spot here, but
I'll go first. I can go too. I'll go first. Shit. For me, it's that Cuban, bro. It's the Cuban coffee, and my grandmother would always make bistec empanizado.
Oh,
always,
man.
Bro.
Oh,
and that right there is just that. And then I have a very specific memory, which is not really great OJ, but I have a very specific memory of the first time I tried Tropicana. Out of like the old, like you know how the milk, they used to come in like the milk cartons. Tropicanas used to come in the milk carton, like those little mini milk cartons.
Yeah,
I'll never forget. Yeah. I don't know why I remember this so vividly. I was at my aunt's house, and she was like, "Do you want orange juice?" And I was like, "Sure." I must have been like 5 or 6, and she gave me Tropicana, and I'd never had it before, and it was like the most amazing drink I'd ever had. I don't know why, bro. It just hit different.
Something different than water, you know.
Yeah, dude. That right there, bro. But I mean, the bistec empanizado, Cuban coffee always, Tropicana. That's pretty much that's kind of like what I remember. And then Morro Castle, shout out Hialeah, has the best vanilla milkshakes in the world. Okay. And they're known for their churros with like hot chocolate sauce that you dip it in.
Oh, get the Where's this at?
In Hialeah, baby. In Hialeah.
Yeah, we gotta.
Where are you at? Are you in Davie?
No, I'm in Fort Lauderdale, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got the Atlantic right next to me, man. You can't beat it.
Really jealous, bro. That sounds so. See, because you say it's hot.
Cali is amazing.
Yeah,
bro.
no, Cali is amazing. Okay, so let's get it. We'll. I'm gonna come back to the food and childhood. Let's get into this. The thing about Florida, I was talking about this yesterday. It's hot. You were talking about the heat earlier, but at least you're sweating. And when you get a breeze, it cools you off because you're damp. Okay? Whereas here, it's so dry that when the heat, when it blows on you, it's just hot air, like you're in a convection oven. There's no breeze that, unless you're right next to the water, which we're not, we're in the valley. It is hot, bro. Yeah. Hot. And I do love California. Don't get me wrong. There's a saying that's like Californians vacation in California because there's everything. You have the mountains, you have the water, you have the desert. It's beautiful. However, there's nothing like Florida beaches. I mean, come on.
But also too, you can't, dude. I love the valleys. I love everything in Cali. Funny thing you mentioned, when I was in Cali, that was the last time I saw you.
Yeah.
I went to Topanga.
Yeah.
And I made the worst mistake ever. I'd seen this like elderly man. It was like Asian elderly man, skinny. He's like 125 pounds, and he just came from a route that we were going to walk. So we went ahead and walked down to, all the way down to the valley. And halfway there, I already ran out of water. On my way up, I was like, dude, I don't know how I'm going to survive. It is hot and dry. So, yeah, man. But yeah, Cali's super dope, man.
Stay hydrated, boys and girls. That's the truth, man. I mean, we have a hike I can't walk with the dog right now because it's so hot, but we usually take her on there's a hike 6 minutes from our crib, and it literally goes up to Mulholland Drive. So it'll, and you can go all the way up there. I'll run it sometimes and then come back. But that's the thing about it, dude. I love the mountains. I don't know if I could ever move back to Florida under my own volition. God willing, there's no circumstances with family and things like that happen so that we can choose where we want to go. But I need mountains, bro. I need mountains around me. It's the weirdest thing. I grew up in the ocean, but mountains, for whatever reason, I go into a mountain. If I sit in a lake in a mountain, I could be there all day.
Right?
Oh,
just the view of the mountains, man. When I went to Denver, it was just breathtaking. It's insane.
What's your favorite place? What are some top places you've been to? Do you want to stay in Florida also? That's another good question.
I have to stay in Florida.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, I would love to move out to Cali. The dream is to have 2 spots, one in Atlanta and one here.
You like Atlanta, huh? You like Atlanta?
Just, to be with, Lucas and, to be in the film and the, deep in the
Lucas is
film.
out in Atlanta.
Well, Lucas is moving. Last I talked to him.
Oh, really?
I believe so. I don't want to spill his laundry on here. So you reach out to him and talk to him. But that's from last I heard. I love that guy, bro. Oh, yeah, I love that guy. I miss that guy. He's the best. How did you guys meet? You guys met in college, right?
Yeah. Me, Manny, and Lucas are crazy because we met at BC, and then we ended up, going up to UCF together. And yeah, that's where we hung out at what did we call it? We were the place next to the greenhouse. Okay, I don't think there was a term that
I don't remember what you called it, but it was better. The greenhouse. Well, by the time we got there, the greenhouse was whack. Like my first year, I started in 11. When did you start at UCF?
Yeah, 12, 13?
Okay, so like my first year, the greenhouse was still fire. It was still awesome. But then it was crazy. It was fun to go there, but then it was just like too much. It was just like, what's going on, guys? What are we doing here? I'm gonna go next door. I want to vibe. I want to just vibe.
Yeah, man. We came up with some pretty cool stuff there, man. Yeah. Funny thing, you mentioned that. I was just looking at the flash mob we did, and it was kind of. You remember the flash mob that we did?
No, definitely not.
No, the one day more flash mob. No? Oh, okay. Well, funny thing, Manny just threw it out there in the wind, in the breeze. Is like, Manny was, once Les Mis came out, the film, when Manny loved Russell Crowe so much.
In Les Mis,
and
the role he dug his heels.
He dug his heels so hard into he's like, Russell Crowe is my man, bro.
Oh my God, that's the one character that gets shit on.
I know.
And anybody that talks about Les Mis. Oh my God.
Yeah, but that's just goes to show you how
that's
musically
Manny.
inclined we are. So no, but it's all good fun, man. It's all good fun. But no, he had that idea. He gave me the idea of having one day more as a flash mob, and we did it at the student union.
Oh, that's awesome,
dude! What an amazing experience! I mean, just auditioning everybody for that. Oh my gosh,
that must have been hilarious.
Oh, well, actually, because it was like it was a musical theater. Musical theater students were more, excited for the opportunity, and I got lucky that my classmate Rico helped me out because I don't know anything music related.
Shout out Rico Lestraps. I love him.
That's my boy. So he actually helped me out, and I still remember the goosebumps I got when Quentin came in and auditioned. Oh my God, for Jean Valjean. Oh my gosh, dude, the voice he had, he filled that whole, the PAC. We had the second room, the rehearsal room, the big ballet. He filled every inch of that fucking room with his voice. It was insane.
Isn't he on Broadway?
Yeah, man.
Wasn't he in
wow,
Cats?
Yeah.
He was in the revival of Cats, right? We saw him.
Yep.
Sky and I
Yeah.
saw him in Cats.
Oh, no way.
He was great. I don't know if you
That's-
guys like that musical.
Yeah.
If I never see it again, I'll be okay. He was great. He was great. Let me just start off by saying that. He played Thessalonius or whatever the big cat is that decides that you go into cat heaven. But, I didn't know anything about the musical. I'm sorry to go on the side here, but I have a soapbox about Cats because we were sitting there and people were weeping. And I was looking at Sky and I was like, what? Am I not seeing the same show? Because it's like the show starts, right? And it's the first, they're ballet cats. And they're like, Jellicle cats. Oh, Jellicle, the Jellicle. And you're like, all right, cool. And then like the second group of cats comes in. They're like, I'm the rocker cat. Jellicle cats. Oh, Jellicle. I'm like, all right, cool. And then another one comes in. She's like, I'm the expensive cat. Jellicle cats. Oh, But then you do that for about 45 straight minutes. And then the act ends. And you're like, what is happening? This is literally, we're just watching different types of cats walk on stage. What is happening? And everybody's weeping.
I couldn't.
I mean, anyways, he was great.
They have a great association. They have so much, emotional commitment to that.
It was it's a dancer show. If you're a dancer, you'll love the show. For myself, I was like, I'm a dog guy, so I don't know what's going on here.
Louis, so this project you guys had, did it have anything to do with UCF, or you guys did it on your own?
So I kind of just did it on my own on the side. Speaking of dogs, but it was a super cool experience, and the crazy thing is we only had 2 rehearsals, and I still remember because they had this thing called Music Mondays at Student Union where they put the grand piano right underneath the stairs, and since the acoustics are amazing there, I was like, this is the perfect spot. And at the time it was like 11:30 when we were to perform, so I knew it was going to be like perfect for people going in and out. But
did you have to tell UCF, or you didn't tell UCF that you were doing it?
Didn't tell anybody. Didn't
Nice.
tell UCF. And this is actually what kind of bit me in the ass is the day of, they didn't have the piano there. So when that happened, I'm like, no, I mean, I got 30 people waiting to perform. Like, what am I going to do? So I went up to the people that were in charge of, the audio. And luckily I begged them to play our rehearsal soundtrack. And that's actually how we ended up performing it. So it was a bummer for Igor because Igor wanted to play that song so bad. Oh my
wow, God. I haven't heard that name in a long time. That dude was a prodigy.
Yeah.
Igor. Wow. Yeah. One day more. One day. Was Manny Russell Crowe?
Yeah. He was him.
I bet he sung it just as good as Russell Crowe too.
Yeah, it was great because like me and him, we were kind of incognito. I'm in there with a fitted hat with a Heat jersey on, and he's got his skateboard and similar. She's got like camo shorts on, and it was so much fun, man. So much fun.
You just brought up a good point, and I think this is a great segment to get into because this will take us for a while. Let's talk about these Miami sports teams. All right.
Let's go.
All right. Let's talk about these because the Miami Dolphins training camp just started. And I was just watching Tyreek Hill's press conference. But let's talk about them Heat boys first. Did you watch any of the summer league?
Dude, Khalil Ware?
Woo! Pele Larson.
What? I see. I didn't even hear his name. But dude, I mean, we won summer league. So
did you watch any of the game?
Just a couple highlights. I'm not gonna.
It got into overtime. All right. First off, Scottie Pippen Jr. was on the Grizzlies, who we were playing. He is nasty. Like that dude.
He's NBA ready.
Yeah. Oh, he played in the NBA last year. He played like 40 something games. Yeah. So they do that all the time. They had Gigi Jackson on there too, who was balling for the Grizzlies last year. Anyways, they were hooping, right? And we come in and we have Josh Christopher, who has some NBA experience, but kind of has always been in like the G League and stuff like that. But our rooks, bro. So the game, we were down by like 9 with, I want to say 6 minutes left, and they only played 10-minute quarters. And we ended up coming back. We tied the game. We went into overtime, and then it got to a point where it was you get to a target score. So it was first to 120. So it's
Really? They started this year?
I don't know if it was this year, but it was. I don't know. I just know that's what happened. It might have been when they switched it over from the All-Star game. You know how the All-Star game has target scores?
Now, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so it was 120, 115, 115, all tied up. We hit a 3. They hit a 3. Like, both are like, what? So it's 118, 118. Next basket wins. Whether it's free throws, basket, whatever. We have, out of bounds play. What is that called? OTA? What is it called? Out of timeout, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And they give it to Pele Larson. He's on Scottie Pippen, who's unanimously the best defender in Summer League. He takes him to the just the layup that he had. That's the game winner.
I saw that highlight.
That was the game winner to win the championship. Bro, it's not even like the layup wasn't that amazing, but
that was the intangible guy, right?
Yes, bro. That's so that dude, he was our second round pick, and the fact that he did it under those circumstances to win the championship on the best defender, going to his weak hand, having to, it's like a lot of things go into that. It gives me a little bit of cause for hope because we didn't land anybody this year.
Yeah.
So,
no Donovan Mitchell, no
Donovan Mitchell,
We need a big man. I spoke to somebody about it who's like a Knicks fan.
Ware, baby.
Khalil.
Yeah, bro. But I mean,
you don't think he's ready yet?
I need someone that's like I need someone that we get and we're like he's
plug and play.
Just go, yeah, bro. Like we
got
can't.
Bam, Papa.
Okay,
Bam,
but that's
that man.
That's the problem. Bam's too talented to be a 5 garbage man. We need a 5 garbage man. Like we need what we've seen in the past, like a big man that's just gonna like muddy it up, and then that 4 guy that's just gonna play
like
skill
a JaVale
ball.
McGee. You're talking about like when you tell me like an Andrew Bogut who just gets boards.
Or basically what the Lakers did when they had AD with this guy Dwight Howard and also JaVale McGee. That's what so you can let Bam have to just do the skillful stuff, because if you want him to be a dog, like it's gonna be hard for him to get his points. You know what I'm saying? And that's not really him. He's a stretch 5, if anything. You know what I'm saying?
Bam is not a stretch 5.
He's not a pure 5, bro. He's not a pure 5.
He likes playing the 4.
Yes, and he's not a stretch 5.
So then, what would
stretch 5 is like you're talking about a Dirk is like a stretch 5. Somebody who can shoot a 3. Bam has been working on his corner threes.
Well, what has he been doing in the whole Olympics? He's been playing like a stretch 5. He's been playing like a stretch 5. He has that in his bag.
Hold on a second. Bam is not a stretch 5. What Bam is a lockdown defender 1 through 5, and then he needs to not have the ball as much in his hands on offense, and he needs to not. Like, I do agree with we need somebody to dirty it up and grab boards.
Play the 5.
He expends a lot of energy grabbing boards. Okay, so while he's defending the 1 through the 5, he is elite, best defender. But then we need somebody, so when he causes them to miss, we need somebody to grab the board so they don't have second chance points. And then he can just run down. What we need more, because I like Khalil Ware, honestly. I really do. He has a lot of length.
He's good.
He's got a lot of boards. That was what I cared more about, was how much he fought to get rebounds versus how skilled he is. That's fine.
Insane. We got him at 15.
Bro.
Insane. Or 16, whenever we
So listen, that might work in combination of that young guy that we got was a center as well, the Serbian.
That is this. No. Jovic?
Oh, I get you. I totally forgot about
that can
Jovic.
work. That can work.
Oh, yeah.
That right there can work.
You know what? We had trouble against Denver.
Yeah.
Because of
Jokic.
What's that dude?
Aaron Gordon.
Of course.
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon,
bro.
Yes.
That's the one. We got to match up against him.
Yes.
Yep.
I know, dog.
See,
man.
And that's what I would rather have. I'd rather have Bam guard him all game than have to focus the 1 through 5. Like Bam, listen, is elite 1 through 5 defender, but then you can't expect him to be the 1-2 punch with Jimmy. It's just too much to ask for, bro.
Yes, agreed.
It's too much to ask for.
And the thing I think we need more than anything, which we still haven't gotten, which we'll see how Rozier does. We need a point guard, bro. We don't have people. We don't have somebody to run the offense.
It was just a weird year too. Everyone got hurt, man.
Yeah,
everyone and their mother got hurt.
Terry's neck or whatever. That was a crazy.
Yeah, and he didn't play at all. Like, it was a weird year. That's true. I'll give you that. I think that we're going to be in a lot better shape than people think we are.
Oh yeah.
I really do believe that. I think Jimmy is getting a little older, but he's still Jimmy. Like, let's not.
It's fine.
He's not. He's going to conserve himself all the way into the playoffs.
The good thing about him is
Dude,
he's not above the rim. He's not in a
That
above.
little PR battle is a little shaky,
with
dude.
him and Riles.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's not going nowhere, bro. If he goes somewhere, he's gonna look like a fraud, bro. Because this is already the fourth team he's hopped from. So it's like, are
And
you the
he
problem
loves
or the
Miami.
teams you're going to? Yeah, like
Yeah,
he has
but
everything he needs here.
he also has his hand dipped in so many other things. He's got the big
Big face. Yeah.
He's
Aloe,
also just
Alo, whatever.
Yeah.
he's getting commercials all over.
Which can be a red flag sometimes. It can be a red flag
starting to
sometimes.
retire early.
I agree.
Yeah,
I do agree with that. Is that he is starting to retire early. I do.
Big
with
time.
him doing all this stuff, he's starting to think about what comes after basketball.
Yeah.
I think that's true. Yeah, I think that's true. However, I'm still on the Jimmy train.
I don't see him leaving.
The thing.
I don't see him leaving.
No, he ain't
who's gonna
leaving.
pick up that price tag at the age he's at? Like you said,
He's going to
and
retire.
That's the problem there. It's the price tag.
And listen, he's a dog, but a lot of organizations, they don't have that culture that we match with him. Look what he did when he went to Chicago and Philly. Like he punked everybody on his own team in practices.
Minnesota.
That's another thing.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
He's a little bit of a troll, bro. I love Jimmy.
A little bit.
Yeah, exactly. You know, he's a troll. But you know that troll quality is kind of like giving me like a question mark in my head. Like, maybe he's focused so much on the trolling and not focused on, the championship and guiding these. He should be the leader. He should be the person, in people's face. He has more of a alpha dog mentality sometimes where like it's a little bit counterintuitive in a group setting,
Yeah, if he smells blood, it gets like that.
I think a lot of his troll, to play devil's advocate, is to take away from the rest of his team so his team can focus. I think that he does that sometimes so that people don't focus on his teammates because he's like, I can handle this. I'll handle all the media. You guys just focus on doing what we do. Because when I go and ball, that's the thing, bro. When he balls, he balls. Yeah. He just wants to win. That is one thing I'll say about him. He just wants to win.
Playoff Jimmy is the best thing to watch, man.
100%, bro. I watched the when we beat the Bucks a couple years back in the first round. I watched that 56 point. Like I just went on. I don't remember. I was on YouTube just scrolling and I saw all of Jimmy buckets in that game. I was like, all right, and it was just amazing. I still watch when we Game 6 against the Spurs when the best shot of all time. I watch that. I would say once every like 4 or 5 months. I will watch that game because whenever I feel a little down and I need a little, like a little pick me up, I will watch that game because
it's inspiring.
And there's so many things that happen in that game. LeBron's he rips off his headband and throws it to the side because it was bothering him. Like there's so many things that happen in that game that you forget that happened in that game. You know what? Tim Duncan gets taken out before he hits that shot. Like, why would you take Tim Duncan out of the game? One of the best rebounders of all time.
Yeah,
Mr. Fundamental. Like that is the weirdest thing in the world. You start to see them starting to rope off everything because they think the Spurs are about to win. Bro,
insane.
I still remember where I was when I heard that. I think the statutes of limitations already passed. I was outside somebody's crib picking up a little something. And I couldn't be inside the crib because I couldn't watch it. I had to listen to it on the radio. I couldn't watch it, bro. I can't watch us lose another championship on our floor. That's what I was saying. After we lost to the Mavericks, I was like, there's no way. I can't watch this again. This is too much for me. And it was amazing. I'll never forget it. It was Ray Allen, Chris Bosh with the rebound out to Allen, but that silence, bro.
Norris Cole jumping on the sideline.
Oh.
Still, tension. You got to wait till the game is over. Oh man, yeah.
Now the stories are coming out of how he used to practice like sitting down or laying down on his back, and then like getting up and backpedaling to the corner.
He's a dog. He lives in he lives in Coral Gables.
Yeah, Coral Gables. Yeah.
Good old Ray Allen. Good for him, bro. Smart decision leaving Boston.
GOAT.
Nobody wants to be in Boston.
So back to what you were saying about Ware and the guys. I believe in them. We just need two big men if we're gonna have not one solid one. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. And the league is cyclical. It's going back to that. We talked about injuries, so now it's a good pivot. Everybody on the Dolphins was injured last year.
Hey,
how are we feeling about the Finns this year,
dude? Man, I'm mixed feelings. You know, now you know, crazy because.
That was a Miami Dolphins. That was a Miami Dolphins fan response. If I've ever seen one, I could not have planned that response better.
He's like, let me be logical. Let me be logical.
True fans response, dude.
Just a sigh,
damn, bro. It's just it's
with the sigh.
So Tua, you know,
you got to pay him. I think you got to pay Tua, bro.
You're in it. You have to. But also too, you know, I understand that he hasn't proven himself. You know,
I get it too. But what's better that's out there that we can?
That's the problem. The landscape in the market gives you no choice but to pay him.
Trevor Lawrence just got paid for being semi above average.
But you know what? I feel like since San Francisco went so far with Brock Purdy. That not only that Mike McDaniel is best friends with Kyle
Shanahan.
So it's a competitive and I bet you Mike would be like, hypothetically speaking, he'd be like, give me whoever quarterback and I'll make it happen because I'm a offensive guru, you know how wicked he is with, you know, all those fast guys, dude. He's gonna know gonna know how to dial up. The only thing is our offensive line, man. They didn't make any improvements on the offensive line. I'm sure we upgraded our wide receivers. OBJ, a little bit older, you know.
We got a better tight end.
We got Janu Smith.
Yeah.
We got that big tight end, which he's supposed to be like humongous. I forgot his name.
Damn, Smith, Janu Smith. That's the tight end.
No, the other guy that was like a rookie last year, but he didn't get too much playing time because of injuries. He's supposed to be beefed up and like jacked, and that's what we didn't have. You know, Durham Smythe, he's great, but he's more of a blocker and, you know, not really a pass threat.
Yeah.
So, I just hope that Tua has enough time to toss that fucking pigskin, you know.
I think our offense is going to be okay. And we got that Jalen Wright guy, whatever his name is, out of Tennessee, that running back. And he's nasty. He's fast. Okay? Fast. We're going to be fast again. Don't worry about that. We will Sonic the Hedgehogs all over the field. We'll be fine. The thing that I'm worried about is our defense. That's what I always worry about, bro.
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, I like the defensive coordinator we got, right? Anthony Weaver, the dude from Baltimore. Dope. Yeah. That's cool. But Kendall Fuller got smoked last year. We picked them up from the Commanders, the Washington football team. Why did we get him? He used to be good, right? He was good. And again,
we picked up Calais Campbell.
Big 42 years old though, bro. The guy is like 1,000.
Didn't Jalen Ramsey get hurt last year?
But he's like 6'8". He's like, I think he's gonna stuff. I think he'll stuff up that line.
Jalen Ramsey got hurt last year, right?
No. Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb got hurt.
Oh, that was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago then, right?
Yeah, everybody got hurt on defense last year.
Hey, I know what you're saying about the defense, but I rather have that type of sentiment than the opposite. I'd rather be worried about my defense than offense. Especially in this day and age of football.
Defense wins championships.
Yeah, bro. But a lot of games turn into shootouts, bro. And it's like...
That's why defense wins championships.
No, I don't think so, no. It's just the better offense wins. The better offense wins.
Bro, look at who was in the Super Bowl last year.
But I'm not talking about the Super Bowl. I'm talking about like the entirety of the season. The entirety of the season.
Look at who was in the Super Bowl. The entirety of the season leads to the Super Bowl. And the Dolphins, our championship window is closing. That's what I was trying. That's what I wanted to get. That's what I wanted to get at. I believe in the Dolphins. Listen, I was born in Chicago. I love the Bears, but I support the Dolphins as well because they don't affect each other. Same thing I thought last year is what I'm going to think this year. If
if we get home field advantage, we will make it far.
Yes,
if we
I
don't,
agree.
we won't make it far. It's just that simple. Like we can't play. First of all, we suck at away games, and second of all, we suck at away games when it's cold.
Yes,
It's just a fact,
that's
dude.
true.
It's
That's
biological. If you have guys running under the sun for the last 6 months, and then you want them to play
Yes, that's
in
true.
snow,
It's an advantage.
It's just a biological shock to the
Yes.
body, mentally and physically. Like,
Where's the Super Bowl this year?
let's
see.
Probably Vegas.
It was wasn't that last year?
Um,
Was it Arizona?
Hold on. Oh, it might have been Arizona last year.
2 years ago it was Vegas.
This year, where's Super Bowl? 2025. The game will take place at the Caesars Superdome. Where's that?
Vegas. If it's Caesars, it's gotta be Vegas.
Louisiana. We're winning the Super Bowl. The Dolphins are winning the Super Bowl.
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Where's that? I mean, what team is that? Saints? The Saints?
I guess.
Wasn't it a different name?
Maybe.
Wasn't Mercedes, right? It was
Mercedes.
Mercedes. I think that's Atlanta.
Stadium.
That's Atlanta, but they also used to be called Mercedes.
All I know is people.
Superdome.
Nosotros estamos in Louisiana. We're winning it.
We gotta get there, though. We gotta get there, though, bro.
We're getting there.
Home field advantage. We need to do it this year.
It's in a swamp. We're from the swamp.
But it's
perfect.
It's the path to get there. Like
we
need home field advantage. We need home field advantage. It just is what it is.
That's
we're not, dude. There's a lot of teams that are a lot like the Chiefs where they can just find a way to win away. We're not one of those teams. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. The truth,
dog. It's just Patrick.
It is what it is.
You can't.
He's too good, man. It's just he's too smart, is what it is.
Yes,
and that's what you need, a smart quarterback.
And flexible.
More than anything.
Flexible. He in both ways. You're right. Like his mentality is flexible, bro. The way that he gets bent, I don't know if you guys have seen how he trains. Also,
yeah, it's crazy.
He trains for his body to get bent, so he gets strong while he's doing that.
Yeah,
and
I saw those workouts. They're so crazy. His trainer's like pulling him, and he's got to pull his core, and he's got to throw it in all different types of angles. It's pretty cool.
Okay, so what is your guys' honest Super Bowl matchup? Let's not say who's going to win it, but who do you think is coming out of the AFC and who do you think is coming out of the NFC? And then I have a dark horse AFC team. I can go first if you want me to go.
Go ahead.
Go for it.
My dark horse team is the Texans. I think the Texans are going to be nasty this year.
Yeah, they are pretty nasty.
And the Colts are looking not too shabby. If the Colts can stay healthy,
take it easy,
bro.
He said tranquilo, bro.
I wish we had a soundboard. Go, pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Texans, I'll give you that. Texans, I'll give you the Texans. Pero Bobby, the Colts.
Okay, no,
Colts are a hot take.
No,
Colts are a hot take.
Anthony Richardson, if he stays healthy, he's gonna be.
I mean, what helps is that the division they're in. That definitely helps.
That's true. Well, the Texans are in that division. So okay, no. What I was gonna say was that I honestly think it's gonna be the Chiefs, and then out of the NFC, who was nasty last year? 49ers were nasty.
You got to get the Niners in there.
The Lions were nasty.
The Niners, man.
You think it's going to be a repeat?
I don't
know.
I hate to say it, and I don't want it to be, but I think it's going to be.
I don't know, man. The Lions were nasty last year.
Maybe the Lions. I just really know that. I mean, it sounds crazy, maybe, but take it how you will. I just really think the NFL is pushing for this three-peat. Like, storylines, bro. Storylines, bro.
I would love to see it.
Storylines, bro.
I would love to see it.
You just make more money off of that as a company and as a whole.
I'm a Mahomes fan. I like Mahomes.
I love Mahomes.
That alone, bro. Look, we're all from the 305, and we're talking. No one hates Mahomes.
Yeah.
So that tells you it right there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Also, too, you could hate, I don't know, as a Dolphins fan, you hated Tom Brady.
Yes.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I guess he's just not cocky, or he seems like he's just a cool guy. I don't have any hatred.
He looks like a walking beer can, and he's throwing darts.
But
bro.
you respect the greatness. You just respect the greatness.
That's true. I always said that towards the end of Tom Brady's career too. I can't stand him. I hate him, but you got to respect.
My dad used to say shit all the time about Kobe. I hate this guy, but man, he's good, man. Like I say, we used to watch him on TV. My dad's like, man, I respect his mental state. Like that's how my dad said he used to play, but he's like, man, I just don't like him, man. He's like, I don't know what it is, I just don't like him.
Yeah, man.
It's like D Wade. Nobody could hate D Wade. That's the one thing I'll say. You couldn't hate D Wade, but
Great
Kobe, you could
hate.
All right, okay. So who are your picks? You guys got 49ers Chiefs back in it?
Well, I mean, ideally Dolphins,
Yes,
and Niners, but probably Chiefs. Probably Chiefs.
If I had to throw like a monkey wrench in this, I would say, just so like for the sake of not having to pick a repeat, I would say the Ravens.
Yes,
it's do or die for them, bro. And they picked up, who did they pick up again? That's a big time player again. Derrick Henry.
Yes.
So it's do or die for them. Didn't they give Lamar Jackson that contract?
Yes.
Was that last year or this year?
I think last year.
You know, Lamar's out of Pompano. You know that, right?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, Northwestern. Didn't he go to Northwestern?
No, that's in Miami. He went to Pompano Beach, I think, or Pompano
No,
High, right?
he went to probably Ely.
He went to Ely, I think.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, I think he went to Ely.
That's when that
video.
Blue and yellow. Yeah, blue and yellow.
That's Miami Northwestern. That's Miami Northwestern.
That's who we went. I think.
No, that's in Miami, dog.
I understand that it's in Miami.
Boynton Beach. He went to
Boynton Beach. That's where he went.
Yeah, where that guy flew in front of him.
That's where he went viral. That's when he went, and he pointed at him. That is savage.
Nasty.
So I would say,
nasty.
I would say the Ravens and the Lions, if I had to pick two other teams.
All right, those are solid picks. Well, we'll have to come back in February and we'll talk about it and see who is right.
If only we had Dan Campbell as our linebackers coach or something, dude.
Bro, I can't believe that what in the actual F, bro? What the fuck? I don't understand what. I love that guy.
I mean, he's a little borderline crazy though, dude.
I love it, bro. For a linebacker. Tear off their kneecaps, bro.
Defense, I love
Come
that.
on, dude. Yeah. You need that. Are you kidding? You need somebody who is going to – I mean, listen, I hope that everybody stays healthy, nobody gets CTE, no concussions, all that stuff. But let's be real. It's football.
Yeah.
You know, you need somebody that's going to just dive into the fire head first and not care about getting burned.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know how he is as a play caller and everything. And the thing – let's talk about our division for a second, and we'll wrap it up on the division. Then we'll wrap it up on our pictures.
At the end of it, let's all give a prediction of our record.
Okay, I saw something yesterday. I saw something yesterday about a floor and a ceiling that NFL did, and let's just do it right now. The floor for us was 9-8, and then the ceiling for us was 11-6. So. It wasn't – how many games we played? We played 17 games, right? It's an 18-week season?
Yeah, they added a game, so it's 20 in total now.
Huh?
Like playoffs and Super Bowl.
Oh. Yeah,
3 preseason games and 1, 2 –
Yeah, so I was going to say 10-6, but I forgot they added a game.
Yeah, 17 weeks.
Yeah, 17.
We got to finish 11-6, bro.
At least. We got to take care of business against the Jets and against the Patriots. And then if we split against the Bills, we'll be fine. But
who finished above us again? It was the
Bills.
The Bills,
we lost it on the last game, bro.
Dude, we got lackadaisical in that back half of the season.
That's what I mean. That is the new thing for the Dolphins. It's not even new. I remember I would always say, I'll talk to you at the midway point of the season and tell you if I believe in the Dolphins or not.
Yep.
Because they always somehow start off good and then shit the bed.
Yep. And that's another reason why I think they haven't given to a contract, is because he's got to finish strong, man. And I don't know. I think we're gonna get to 9 or 10 wins. Looking at our schedule,
it's a failure if we don't get 10 wins.
We need at least 11. We need
at least 11. But if we don't get 10, we have to rethink some things.
We got to go 11-6.
And I think it's put up or shut up for Tua, even though he's going to get that paper. We'll see. I don't know.
It's just like the next
dude.
QB class. I don't even know who's coming out of the I don't know anybody in college anymore.
Knowing Mike McDaniels, he's gonna put one of those running backs behind the freaking center.
Play some wildcat.
Well, bro, we almost beat Buffalo with Skylar Thompson as our quarterback.
True. That's true.
Yeah.
So there's an argument to be made there on that end.
Yeah.
See, I like Tua. I'm not a hater. I was for a little. I'll admit it. I was just kind of like, tank for Tua. What's going on? I actually like him. I think that he's finally become like a man in terms of he's become more confident and not finally become a man. It's who he is. He's becoming more comfortable in his own skin. I think Mike McDaniel allowed him to do that. And when you see that in his confidence, his character, who he is, what his interests are, he's become a little more Tua, and that's awesome. That's what you want. Let him lead in his own way. I just don't think that he is. I don't know. We'll see, because he was
watch
on
his press conferences.
I have, yeah.
The best is when he's spicy Tua.
Salty.
Spicy
Yeah,
Tua.
Yes, bro.
When he's giving off those passive aggressive answers. Like, did you see how far you guys saw how far I threw that ball?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can't throw that long ball. Yeah, exactly. I love that.
Yeah, me too.
He's got to play with that chip on his shoulder.
Like Bama Tua, bro.
Proving.
Bama Tua was that dude. He was that dude.
Confident.
He didn't have any. He came in at halftime in the national championship game.
Insane.
And like was throwing dimes.
Yeah.
So I mean, bro. All right, we spent a lot of. I knew this was gonna take us. We were just like 20, 30 minutes just talking about the Heat and the Dolphins.
Hey, bro, there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, let's close it out with our 2 questions. So we have questions that I wish we
could keep going, but
I know, bro. This could be a whole nother podcast if we did that. We might need to just start doing that, bro.
This might be the first time we've talked about sports to this extent. That's why I'm like fired up now.
And this is what we always whenever we get together, we always talk about sports, and we're like, "What are you talking about, bro?" And they're like, "All right, yeah, that makes sense." But my dog's getting hungry. Okay, so we ask 2 questions to close out all of our podcasts. I'll do the first one, George do the second one. So the first one, it involves. I've always had this idea of a steel tissue in my brain, and I'll explain what that means. Because a tissue can wipe away a drop of blood, or it can wipe away a tear, right? So what are some moments in your life that have made you the most resilient and the most vulnerable? Because that's what they represent, the tear and the drop of blood. And it doesn't have to be super deep. It could be whatever it is, but just talk to us about some moments that have made you both resilient and vulnerable.
Sure. Resilient.
Being a Dolphins fan. Just kidding.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty damn
That
good
boy
answer.
got on the turquoise shirt and the headphones. You know what I'm saying? Through and through.
Hey, you're calling me out. Spots on resiliency. Times where I was resilient. Luckily, I have a bunch of, whenever I have a something that pops up in my life, a troubled time. Luckily, I have, a good group of friends I can always go and talk to, and they always support me, and we're family, just like you and George, and but resiliency. I think actually halfway through my degree actually is when I had to be resilient, because I think I noticed that I loved acting, but I think having the opportunity to direct and produce, it kind of gave me a different avenue and a different affirmation for that type of work, or that type of work, and kind of pivoting my my future. I noticed that I didn't want to be acting in my late 20s and 30s, but I do want to get back into acting soon. I want to get back into it in my late 30s and 40s. But I'm still doing a bunch of, I still write, and I have a bunch of projects I have ready, locked and loaded. But what makes me vulnerable? Shoot, man. I think I have some music that I listen to that will bring me back to either a vulnerable time, or it's funny how my brain works. Every time I listen to music as a film writer and director, I'm thinking about how I'm going to be able to plug this into the future project, or not the chorus here, but I like this segment here. I like this feel. This will fit right here, where this is exactly how Sarah feels at this moment, and let's go ahead and insert it. So, but I also have like songs that I think songs can bring you back, wherever, whenever. So, I have songs that I've listened to with my mom, and kind of that just brings. Every time I think about my family, they're near and dear. I have such a big love for my friends and family. I don't know, maybe because I'm a Cancer, but I, anybody in my circle, yeah, they make me vulnerable.
That was awesome.
So
That was beautiful.
Yeah, man.
That was beautiful.
thank you,
George, GM, bring us to New Orleans, baby.
The promised land.
Take it to
Let's
the Super
go.
Bowl.
So the question I ask is just a fill in the blank. It can be how you're feeling lately, or based off of anything you're going through in life, or just just off of a whim. So the fill in the blank is, my name is blank and I am blank.
My name is Louis Traps, and I am elated to be talking to my boys.
Let's go. 2025 chance, Miami Dolphins. Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
That was amazing, bro. Thank you for your time, dog.
Yes, sir.
God bless you.
Thank
Love
you, guys.
you. This
Yes,
is
sir.
if
Yes,
you
sir.
if you want to plug anything, if you want to say anything to anybody, to all the millions of people listening, you have all the cameras in front of you. Go ahead and tell the people what you want them to know.
No, just follow me on IG, and I'll be posting all my projects coming out. I'm Louis Traps, Louis _ Traps, and yeah, I have be on the lookout for Grow Every Day.
We'll put that all
All right.
in the bio too. We'll put all that in the bio. Love
All
you
right, cool.
guys. Thank you for
Appreciate
your
it, man.
time. This was so much fun.
That was a good one.
Yes,
This
sir.
was a fun one. Goodbye, ladies and germs.
305.
Till I
Let's
die.
go.
This is the Café con Podcast.